Welcome to LawHelp Australia, where we keep you safe and informed with tips and updates. My name is Dinesh Weerakkody. Today we are going to talk about domestic building contracts, and we've got an experienced panel, the young and the beautiful Olivia. So Olivia, tell us a bit about yourself.
I started my own practice, Boutique Lawyers, in 2012. Predominantly we practice in the area of domestic building contracts. We wanted to change the way that the legal industry operates, so we offer fixed fee billing to clients. Also provides a client with some certainty, and being a person who's been through my own domestic building dispute, I really have a passion for this area.
How long have you been practicing in this area?
Only for about 3 years, but I have been practicing as a solicitor for over 5.
And we have the young and the beautiful Emily Tung. Emily, tell us a bit about yourself.
Dinesh, I studied law at La Trobe University. I finished in 2013 and now I'm with DLegal.
Thank you. And we've got Phil Smallman. I should say not young and beautiful, but handsome and good looking.
Oh, thank you very much.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
I've been around the building industry most of my adult life. Between that, management and training, I now have a role with the GYM's building inspection team, which operates all around Australia now with some 50 building inspectors in our organisation.
And you have about 30 years under your belt.
Yeah, just on 30 years experience in the industry.
Very good. Let me ask a question from Olivia. Olivia, most often when we as purchasers or as lay people get into building contracts, we feel that we're at a disadvantaged position. Is that the feeling you get from your clients, or are we really disadvantaged?
The owner is at a disadvantage because they don't enter into a building contract every day. The builder does, it's their profession. They're experienced with building contracts and they're aware of their rights and what should be included in the contract and what shouldn't.
So how should we make this a level playing field? What should a purchaser or a person who's getting into a contract be familiar with?
Most builders have got good intentions. They actually set out to build a good home. Along the way, they're reliant on trades and supervisors who not necessarily have the right skill set, or, for whatever reason, don't deliver the quality product that the owner would expect. So I think it's important to recognise when you need to have some insight, some expertise that can actually clarify or look at a situation to get a best outcome.
Can I ask, when should you get into a domestic building contract? When should you sign one?
Any works, any domestic building works that are to the value above $5,000, the law requires you to enter into a domestic building contract.
That is, by law you have to?
Yes. I'll let Phil explain what a domestic building
Yeah, it's really important too that the person that's doing the work should be a registered builder if they're doing works over the value of $5,000. That's absolutely critical. So it's incumbent on someone who's looking to enter into a contract to ensure they've checked to make sure that person is registered with the Victorian Building Authority here in Victoria. So it pays to do your homework.
So what that means is we cannot just rely on a handyman or do it ourselves. It is too risky. Is that what you're saying, or is it risky?
Well, it's risky to the point that you need to do your due diligence. You should always be checking, making the inquiries. There's several ways to go about that. The Victorian Building Authority has a website you can go on and you can check the builder by name to see if he's actually registered. And you can also find out if there's been any penalties or if there's been any judgments against the builder.
What are the things you should know before you get into a domestic building contract?
I think the important things to know and understand is that you actually have quite a few rights, and those rights are actually protected under legislation under the Domestic Building Contracts Act.